Hello everyone, welcome to Magickal Me. I'm Jamie Mendez and this is my weekly Moonday Oracle Message. And I am an intuitive as well as an oracle. And every week I do go live every week so long as it is divinely aligned with the universe, I'm able to go live and bring forward a message of higher wisdom, guidance, and information for what we most need to know going through the energy of the week. So these are readings for the collective's highest and greatest good. And this reading is for the week of August 24th, 2020. Though I will say I set the intention for everyone to receive this message that is in most need of hearing it. So that means that you'll find yourself here watching this either live or on the replay in divine timing. So it doesn't matter if this reading is for the week of August 24th or not. You could be watching this replay months from now and you are here exactly when you most need to hear it. So this message is an overall generalized guidance for the week. Again, I use oracle cards as well as my own intuitive abilities to ask for a message of higher wisdom. This is only positive information and guidance that comes through to assist us all. There is nothing negative that comes forward. These are also not personal individual readings that I'm doing here today. It is, again, a collective reading for all of us and what we most need to know. So that means that these messages are going to resonate with each person uniquely to their own situations. All right. So I'm going to give it a moment and just let people see that I am live and to connect. And I do see some of you here. Carmela and Maria, welcome. Thank you for being here. I see there's many more people tuned in, but I don't see your names. So let's just make sure that the comments are working again today, and hopefully we're not having a repeat of a few weeks ago. So if you could just say hi and let me know that you're here. Let's see. So if I do this, oh, no, that's not it. I wonder if this is probably going to be doing the same thing. Let me just check on my phone. Looks like we're not having comments. Hi, Laura. Welcome, beautiful. Let me just click onto it from my phone. Yeah, I do see that the comments are here. I don't know why it's doing it again on this app. So I'm just going to keep my phone open, and this way I'll just, you're going to see me looking down, and that's how I don't like doing that. I wonder if it'll work the other way if I restart. Do I really want to go through all that right now? No, I do not. So if I miss your comments, I'm not ignoring you. I will go back through all the comments after the live is done and see what I missed and try to respond to anybody. So please feel free to share in the comments. And again, I don't know what is going on with, it seems to be an issue between Apple and the Facebook page manager. So I'm not really sure what's going on. Hi, Liz. Hello, Courtney. Hi, Shelly. Hey, Trista. Hey, Bridget. Oh, thank you. You're so sweet for saying that. Thank you very much. Oh, thank you, Courtney. Thank you. Yes. Oh, Trista, you're funny. Yes, I did get some sun. I went to the beach 2 Fridays in a row. So yes, absolutely needed some color. Thank you. You guys are funny. All right, I'm going to try to prop this up so I can catch comments because I don't want to restart and go through all this crazy shenanigans. So maybe I should share it too. Let me do that really quickly. The joys of technology. And I don't know about all of you, but have you been noticing some funky stuff going on with technology lately? Because I'll tell you what, my internet got knocked out yesterday and it had nothing to do with the actual company and everything to do with my network and whatever else goes on with this technical stuff here. And my Facebook is being really weird with my, the messenger and the stories not showing. So there's like a lot of weird technical stuff going on, which is interesting because we did just move into the Virgo sun, or the sun moved into Virgo, and Virgo is the ruler of Mercury. So if I'm not mistaken, Mercury is also in alignment with the sun. I don't know what. Anyway, interesting. I find that really interesting because, like I said, it's not Mercury retrograde, but I am having a whole ton of issues with technology. So just sharing this really quick. And how are you all doing? How has your weekend been? And remember, considering last week's Moonday message, how did you find the energy of the week? I'd love to hear it. Okay. See, look, I'm having problems already. I can't even go back to my page. It just like is locking up on me. Am I supposed to do this reading today? What's going on here, Spirit? All right, that's going to be it for now because it's really being funny. See if I can get back to the video to get the comments. Boy. Okay. So I see Meredith popped in. Mercury is in Virgo too. Okay, that's what it is. Mercury's in Virgo. And yes, he rules Virgo. Yeah. And so that's why I find it really interesting that anytime, even if Mercury is not in retrograde, I do notice that, anytime that there's, we do anything with Virgo energy, it still seems to be like a ping for Mercury, which rules technology and communication. So I don't know. I mean, that's just my own, what I'm noticing. So I don't know if you've ever noticed that before, Meredith, but head start in front of the sun. Hi, Deborah. Welcome. All right. So yes, I can't see comments, everybody. So I'm going to keep looking down at my phone every now and then to see what I missed. Okay. Bear with me. Hi, Ricky. Hey, Liz, I don't know if I said hi to you or not, but I see your name up here again. So thanks for being here. All right. So how this works for anybody who's new to my page, I do a really brief rundown of any news and announcements going on between myself here at Magickal Me, as well as my other business, Oracles of the Light, which I do partner up with my two soul sisters, Karen and Lindsay, and together we run and offer our own healing services and unique offerings on Oracles of the Light. Hi, Debbie. Welcome. Hi, Kathleen. Welcome. Thank you for being here, ladies. So, news and announcements. There are not too many to go over. As you know, Oracles of the Light have opened our healing sanctuary, the Temple of Light, and we reopened. It's the first time that we opened the first week of August since COVID, and we have some upgrades that we brought in. Some of you have already seen. We've brought in new cosmic lighting to really further facilitate your healing or sanctuary-like experience. And if you haven't already seen that, you definitely want to check out the video on my page. It was shared just a few days ago, and we're calling it our Cosmic Light Experience. And it's really just an array of the aurora borealis, different cosmic lights. Really looks like nebulas, the galaxy, the stars. It's a really beautiful experience, offered with every in-person healing session. So if you book an in-person aurora light healing with myself, or a Reiki session with myself, or a sound and tuning fork session with Karen, you will be able to have one of those light experiences at the same time. And it's so amazing. And when I was working on my last client, I actually heard, because I was wondering, it's like there's no coincidence. I let my client choose the color that she wanted to have, or if she just wanted to let it rotate. And she chose blue. And as I was working on her, I was thinking about that being not a coincidence, that there's something, our chakras all correspond to colors, the planets correspond to color. So I was thinking about that, and I heard light harmonics. And I thought that was really interesting from my team when I was working on her. And so the lighting is actually facilitating the healing, which is really wild because I did not consider that when we got that. So pretty interesting. And Lindsay right now is offering a remote oracle card reading. It is a reading special. Every month between, one or more of the oracles, we bring forward a specific themed type of reading. And these readings are done either remotely through a live video chat privately, or they're offered through a video recording. So we pre-record the video and do the reading on that video and send that over to you so that you can watch it in your own time and watch it back as many times as you like to. So Lindsay's reading special for the month of August only, so you got a few more days, is the Archangel Gabriel communication reading. And it's a really cool and I guess eye-opening reading because she did the reading on me and I had a really interesting message that came forward. For one, it helps you understand where areas of communication are a little bit weak in your life and what you might need to work on regarding that, which I think is incredibly important because oftentimes we don't realize that a lot of the misunderstandings, miscommunications, or just the differences in energies is actually coming from miscommunication or people who do not communicate the same language. If you've ever heard of even love language, there are certain languages that people communicate. So when you have people who are in conflicting languages, then it does really make it difficult to be able to correspond together and have each other be on the same page or wavelength and understand where the other person is coming from. So it's a really great message that comes forward to help you, one, understand what you could be communicating differently or how you could be stronger in certain areas of your life with communication. It also helps you, Archangel Gabriel is the angel that is the messenger angel. So he does come forward to deliver communication and messages. He also, I say he, but angels are androgynous. So he or she comes forward how you most need them to, but they do come, he or she comes forward with guidance regarding how you are meant to use communication in your life role. So I do tell the story really quickly that when I was first learning I was trying to put together an oracle card class for the first time. And Archangel Gabriel, surprisingly, was the one who came to me in a dream state, helping me understand how to teach others and at the same time teaching me something. So oracle card reading is a form of communication. So many different ways that we can use communication to assist the planet as well as ourselves. So Archangel Gabriel brings these messages forward to what you can do and how you can use communication in your life purpose or role, and just a message from Archangel Gabriel, him or herself. So, all right. So that reading is still available. It is $40. And again, it is with Lindsay, my soul sister and partner of Oracles of the Light. Okay. Hey, Karen. Oh, thank you, Maria. It's from my lovely Bridget, who's tuning in right now. I'm sorry, guys. I can't see the comments up there, so I'm looking down here. Meredith says, the mental world is definitely heightened in any way we communicate. And right now, everything is basically technical. That is social. Mercury is going to be more intense in Virgo for sure. Yeah, thanks for sharing that and kind of corroborating what I've been feeling with that Virgo there. Yeah, it's really interesting too. The mental part, I think we're gonna touch a little bit on that in the empathy part of the reading, and I think we might have touched on that last week too, but we'll get to it. But thanks for that, sweetheart. Hi, Annie. Welcome, beautiful. Okay, so news and announcements. The last thing that I want to announce right now that we have going on is, as of now, my Spiral Temple online Sacred Feminine Goddess Mystery School is open for registration. This is for level 1. It is a 10-month online journey. These are all pre-recorded videos that you receive as well as ebooks in a private group here on Facebook. And so we come together basically in a group of women, and because it's for women only at this time. So I do apologize about that. Just as we have a gentleman pop on. Hi, Doug. Welcome and thank you for being here. So this is currently only for women, and it does level 1. There's 2 different levels at this time, but level 1 really focuses on the first part of the spiral journey of our own evolution. And this spiral journeys within the self, really coming into yourself to awaken that sacred feminine, that goddess energy of the divine, of source within yourself, so that you can assist in bringing that sacred feminine back to the planet, because that healing, that embodiment begins with us. We also journey through the wheel of the year, working and aligning our energy with every season, bringing in the magic and doing certain activities, meditations, light transmissions, healing, different healing techniques and things that we do together through these pre-recorded videos that you are able to watch in your own time, even though a new one is released every month throughout that 10-month journey. And as we do this, it's really helping you to awaken to your inner goddess, as well as coming into your sovereignty. It is an incredible evolutionary journey, and we do not walk alone on this journey. We walk with our soul sisters, and these sisters are women around the world that tend to come together. Is no coincidence. These are women of your tribe, and as we come together, working together, we are joined by some very powerful goddess energies, such as Mary Magdalene, the Celtic goddess Rhiannon, the Celtic goddess Breed, the Hindu goddess Lakshmi, just to name a few. There are many more, and each one of them brings forward a powerful healing activation through me. And we work with their energy so that we can embody what they represent within ourself. So an incredibly powerful 10-month journey. It is $150 for the whole 10 months. You can either pay all at once, or you can break it down and pay in 2 installments. And it really does break down to be $15 a month, everybody. So I try to make this incredibly affordable while still honoring my own time and energy. And then again, you watch in your own time, so no rush on doing that. But then you also have the opportunity to, every month, we come together in a live Zoom video call to just discuss whatever it is that you might have experienced during your workshop, that you know, when you watched it, and during the meditation, and also for us to connect energetically as a sisterhood. And I say this all the time, but it is so true that I never in a million years thought that when I started this journey many years ago and wanted to bring forward this etheric temple of healing and light in the sacred feminine, that I would find my own soul sisters throughout the process. And it is such an incredible experience and journey for me. Every single group I work with is part of my own soul family. So it's really connecting across space and time. So if you are interested, the event is created on my page, and it's also on Oracles of the Light. The information is there for you to register. Registration will close September 21st, all right? Then it shuts down until next September or August when I open it back up. All right, so if you're interested, definitely something to consider and jump on. For those of you who have graduated level 1, and my past students that graduated level 1 but were not able to take level 2 at the time, now is your time. Level 2 registration is open until September 21st as well. And then again, it's going to shut down for the year and not open back up until next year. So if you're interested, that event has been created. You should be able to find it in the private group. Those of you who are past students, you may not be able to see it, so just message me and I will send that to you. And this is a journey of coming up from out of ourselves. Now that we're stepping into our sovereignty, we're beginning to learn to work with our power, work with our magic. And I call this the as above, so below journey. And we begin to work with the energies in the lower realms and the energies from the plant kingdom, the trees, to working with tools and creating our own power tools now, as well as working with the energies above and some of other goddesses that are now a step up and taking us to the next level, such as the goddess Isis, Kuan Yin, and some other ones as well. And we do work with the rays of creation as well. So very powerful journey. of coming up into our power and embodying these energies and being able to work with them to put them out into the world. Okay. So again, if you're interested, more information is available. Just message me. And I think that's it for news and announcements. Hi, Flo. Hey, Fred. Welcome. Thanks for being here. Let me see these comments again. Hi, Monielle. Welcome, beautiful. Oh, Meredith, I would love, love, love to have you with us, sweetheart. I will send you the information if you haven't seen it already, okay? Let's see if I missed anything else. Karen, I don't know if I saw you sneak in, but welcome, lovely. Thanks for being here. Hey, Linz. Kathleen says, having watched your journey for so long now, I just want to say, my dearest Jamie, I am so proud of you. I love you, my dear. You're Kelly Mama. Oh, thank you so much, sweetheart. I love you so much. And yes, you have been with me since the very beginning. I remember talking to Kathleen and telling her about this vision I had to bring forward the temples of old, these ancient, sacred, feminine temples where women came together and learned together and, bled together and worked their magic together and healed one another, empowered one another. And I said I wanted to bring that back to this present reality. And I used to cry because I remembered it so vividly in my heart and soul. And I was like, it's just, I can't have that here this day, so this is my passion. This is my love, everybody. And I put my heart and soul into that. And she told me, she had a vision. You remember that? You had a vision, and I was going to do that, and I was going to be bigger than I ever expected. And look at, here it is now. I think this might be like year 5 or 6 at this point. So deeply, deeply honored and blessed. Hi, Tracy. Welcome, beautiful. Okay. Bridget says, I've completed level 1 and 2. I've learned so much about myself, patiently waiting for level 3. I know, I'm chomping at the bit to get that out, but I've got to get some of these last things wrapped up, and it's going to be on to more magic. Ooh, Annie, we were in your dream. Wow. Oh, I'm going to have to come back to that because I definitely want to tap into that. That looks like some magic. All right, lovely. Thank you for sharing, though. I'm going to reach out to you privately too. Okay, so empathy forecast. So I'm just going to try to do this a little briefly so I don't, go on too long because, I'll go on tangents. So what have I been feeling? Well, last week's Moonday was pretty on point, I will say. Not to toot my own horn or anything, but no. It really, that whole like black moon Lilith energy in the new moon, it was fierce in a way that was had so much momentum behind it, I don't know if all of you noticed that and felt that. This wasn't a way that was, usually and I talked about this last week, usually when I have a dark moon energy, and you've got like energy like, the dark goddess energies coming forward, there's a real big, I don't want to say the word heavy, that's not the right word, but it's really about, like this shadow energy, really pushing us to deal with our shadows in a way that is like, we're having to go through these trigger moments. And we had that too, but it was felt so much different. And the message that I had been receiving was that we were going to be using, and we were meant to be harnessing that dark, shadowy energy. And our shadows that were coming forward, we were to use them this time around as fuel for our fire forward, to integrate them, not so much as working through them as working with them. Although some of us would still have some things that needed to be worked through and wrapped up, but it was also a really great importance to work with those and how you could use that energy to really be fueled in forward in the revelations that were beginning to come up. And I don't know if all of you or some of you had experienced them last week, because we're still experiencing this week. So I experienced them last week, but I'm really having them still. And the energy from last week, I will say, has continued into this week. And partly to do with the fact that the moon is in Scorpio. And we're going to talk about that in a second. And, you know, there was a lot of revelations coming forward last week for us to really set those intentions, to begin to really start to focus on the life that we wanted to live and really begin to start to make plans as to how we were going to harness it and embody it and make it an actual reality here in the physical. And it just seems like the more days that passed, the more that energy was really building in momentum. And now with that Scorpio, the moon being in, the moon being in the sign of Scorpio, that to me brings up the shadows in a whole nother way. That is because Scorpio is that sign of they are comfortable in dealing with the dark. That's their realm. The shadows are their realm. And it's not in a dark or an evil way. And I want everybody to understand that. Whenever I talk about dark, shadow, anything like that, I am not talking about evil. I am talking about our polarity, our other polarity that is not just about working in the light. It is also necessary to embody those aspects of ourselves that we repress or we don't acknowledge. But it's also important for us to recognize the difference between the ones that are running amok and kind of, how do I want to say, destructive to ourselves, but also some parts of those destructive behaviors can be used to bring us into that place of forward movement, because they really can facilitate. It's like a natural order, and sometimes we need to have that ferocity to establish some boundaries and things like that. So Scorpio is that energy. Scorpio is really about dealing with those shadows, but also a incredibly powerful energy of transformation. That phoenix energy is really what Scorpio is. They dwell in the area of death and rebirth, endings for new beginnings, understanding that these are pivotal, necessary changes that must occur in order for the birthing of the new. So that energy has been really running through us amongst a lot of other energy and other things going on right now in the cosmos. But Scorpio to me is that deeply emotional, intuitive sign that has the power, the drive to go there, to go where you would not ordinarily want to go. So that fearlessness that is necessary to make those really brave leaps of faith. And I think we talked about that last week. So I myself have been feeling very much like boundaries need to be asserted in certain areas. But I've also noticed how when those energies come up within me, that I'm also being presented with the opportunity to learn how to do it differently, if that makes sense. To honor myself, my boundaries, but doing so in a way that also I am still embodying my love light. And I'm not going to that place of just brutal lashing, if that makes sense. So we were in this place of that shadowy void-like realm. And I love to refer to it as the cosmic womb, because it is the place of that void, that place of where we go, where we return to the ending place, the point of nothingness. But this is also the cauldron of transformation and rebirth at the same exact time. So we had to go into those shadowy bits and pieces. We had to honor those shadows that were coming up, whether it was through our dreams were being triggered. You know, maybe you were having some dreams about some stuff from the past that was coming back up. Maybe you were having experiences or encounters that were triggering certain behaviors or feelings. Maybe you're coming to a point in relationships or jobs that just make you feel like, this is it, I had all I can hack and I can't do it no more. You know, asking you to acknowledge what is ready to go. And, you know, being that Scorpio warrior energy is really about you. And I say Scorpio warrior, but it's also a beautiful sign of healing. Really having that powerful ability to bring forth deep emotional healing. Scorpio is ruled by water, so we are naturally going to have that emotional component with that. So bringing forward that emotional healing and helping you to heal those situations so that you can be at peace with releasing them, acknowledging and bringing healing to those areas behind the emotional reaction, the emotional trigger, bringing the healing and peace to the issues regarding relationships or jobs, which is going to allow you to make those transitions to step away or to step it up. So it's not necessarily about leaving things behind altogether. Really what I'm hearing is that the end of a way as you know it. So it could be the death of that aspect of a relationship where you agree to leave that thing, that situation, whatever it was, behind, and really being able to rise up into a new direction with a fresh start, fresh perspective with it. Could be with a job as well, or friendships, or this could really just be the whole stepping away and stepping into a new complete direction. Something else that I've noticed these last couple of days is I'm having I shouldn't say excruciating. That's being dramatic. It's not excruciating. It's intense heart pressure, heart chakra. But it's not solely my heart chakra, it's my higher heart chakra, everybody. So that's like your thymus area. So I'm right now I'm feeling in between heart chakra and higher heart chakra, okay? So that area, I have been getting a lot of pressure to the point that I'm not someone who has ever really fully suffered from like anxiety attacks. So I can only relate it to it based on what I understand from people I know who have. But when people suffer from severe anxiety attacks or panic attacks, when you feel like your chest is being like, squeezed or tightened in like a vice grip, it got me to the point the other day where I was actually wondering if I was going to like pass out or something because I was feeling this intense pressure in my chest. This has been going on, I'd say since maybe Saturday, if I'm not. Yeah, I think maybe since Saturday. I might have noticed a little bit of it on Friday, but not like I really noticed it on Saturday. And so when I sat down and I tuned in and I was asking, what is going on? Why am I feeling like this? Because this is not normal for me. What I received back was that there is portals opening within our higher heart chakras. Literally. When I saw it, it actually looked like the Lion's Gateway. I'm not lying. So it looked like, and I see some of you commenting and popping in. Hi, Sav. Hi, Jerry. Hello, Risa. Welcome, lovely. I will get back to your comments in 1 second, everybody. I can't see them on my screen, so I have to keep looking down. So I'll go back. I don't want to lose my train of thought, but thank you for being here. I actually saw, and it was interesting because I was working on a client, and I actually saw the same thing. And that was also Saturday, so I find that really interesting. So I was working on a client, and I actually saw a portal. It looked like a mirror at first, literally like a portal doorway, but oval shaped. And it looked like a mirror, but it was moving. And so I knew right away that it was a portal. And then on either side of the portal were two dragon guardians. Not dragons. I'm saying dragons, but I don't know where that came from. They were lions, lion guardians. So maybe something going on with dragon energy. And for this particular situation, they were moving apart away from each other. And when they were moving apart, I heard in my mind, one lion represents the old way and the old version of your life. One lion, and I wanted to say dragon again, so there's something's going on with dragons. One lion represents the new life and the new energy that you're going to step into. So the portal itself represents you opening yourself up to this higher version of yourself. And we talked about this, I think, last week and maybe the week before, the higher timeline. We're making that quantum leap, finally breaking those cycles. And this is about us burying the old and burying isn't a great word, but kind of releasing what, like I just talked about here, really making those peace with those situations, really bringing healing into whatever it is, shadows, situations, behaviors, but also using them in a way that you take them with you. You take it with you in a way that has been your teacher. Gratitude for those situations, as painful, as traumatic, as difficult as they have been, really acknowledging how they have shaped you and brought you to where you are, because this is what is making you who you are now, and helping you to rise into a place of higher awareness. So there is this portal energy opening up right now within us all, presenting us that opportunity with becoming, or stepping through that portal into that newer higher awareness or higher timeline, which is all about those new experiences, really embodying your dreams, your visions, your goals, what you want to make a reality in this life. This is the time, and the energy behind it is so supportive for this, really facilitating our growth and our jump and leap in consciousness, as well as stepping away from the old karma and those old cycles that we do not need to engage anymore. You do have free will, you do have a choice, so the choice is yours. Do you want to continue to, do you want to stay in that place of fear, and comfort, and afraid of what lies on the other side of that door? I read something the other day, I think I shared it, and it said that, I can't remember the exact wording, but it really said something about not wanting to make life changes had absolutely nothing to do with, like being, now I'm not going to be able to remember the wording, had nothing to do with, not being able to. It had more to do with you being afraid of making the same mistakes and failing. And so it's really kind of drives that point home that, one, fear can be incredibly crippling, and not knowing what's on the other side, there's no guarantees, but it's also incredibly crippling to stay the same and in those places of what we consider comfort, no matter how painful, and or even staying in places out of guilt. It's really about us breaking out of that and using this energy to be fearless and stepping into the new and embodying those things that we truly wish to see and experience in our lives. And all of that is your choice. Nothing else but you. All right. So it's an incredibly powerful time. And one thing I do want to say, even though we have free will, and I've talked about this before, but even though we have free will, sometimes if it's in alignment with the universe, and when I say the universe, I mean you, okay? You are the universe, everybody, each and every one of you. And if it is in alignment with your universe, for you to make those changes, even though you choose not to because you're afraid, there's divine intervention that can occur. And that is when the literal rug is pulled out from beneath you. And we have what are called those crumbling moments, those tower moments I've talked about in the past, where our life is changed anyway. And it just can be much more difficult versus if we made those changes willingly. So just think about that as you're going forward. Okay. So I think that's it for the energy forecast and what I've been feeling. As far as the heart, and the opening, the portal, it's us opening also, everyone, to higher love, to higher light, because as we make those changes within ourselves and within our light, or within our life, we are clearing out and making room for the new. So we are going to be receiving as well upgrades energetically with light codes, by our family of light from our higher selves to help us to make that transitionary move forward. All right. So if you have not seen it already, on Friday, I went live on Oracles of the Light page from the beach, and I was guided to bring forward a powerful healing light activation from the crystal beings, from the mermaids, from the ocean energy, as well as from the Pleiadians. And they were assisting us in doing just what I said. They were assisting us in breaking away from that old and being able to heal the wounding so that we are more in alignment with the consciousness of wanting to move forward, of wanting to make those changes, helping us to clear out the old so we can receive the new. So I also feel like that is what's going on. So what you can do if you're feeling that is just work with grounding your energy. You might want to bring in some heart chakra crystals if you have them. So just to, without going into a whole lot of detail, anything that's green or pink, rose quartz, green aventurine, prehnite, you can't go wrong. I'm actually wearing some prehnite today, as well as some unakite. And unakite to me has been calling me this week, and it's all about balancing, which I find interesting as we are leaving behind the, one cycle and get ready to jump into a new cycle. We have to be brought up into balance first. Everything is about alignment. So we're being brought into balance so that we can then jump into the new cycle. Okay. I hope that makes sense to everybody. If I don't make sense, well, just let me know and I'll try to help explain. You probably hear my children in the background playing video games, being really loud, so I apologize about that. But there's one more thing I really briefly want to touch on before I actually do the reading. I'll try to be quick. So they're having lots of fun, apparently. I had my lovely soul sister, Maria, and she said that I can share this, reach out to me the other day after watching Moonday's message last week. And she told me that not only did the messages resonate really deeply with her and what she had been going through or experiencing herself, but if you remember, my dogs started barking during the mudra last week. And if you notice, it's kind of a pattern where at least my one dog, Anubis, starts barking. And then, sometimes they both go into like a fit of howling, which is like at these really key moments during what we're talking about or doing here. And it's funny because it's always during Moonday. And I am aware of the divine higher messages that are happening, or that can come through with everything as symbolism. Not one thing in this planet or in our lives is simply what it is. There's always a higher message behind everything. And it just so happened that as we were doing that mudra last week, which was all about the giving and the receiving, remember? But we were giving, we were making an offering. And it was a really powerful mudra that my dogs actually started barking. And there was one point during the mudra that one of my other dogs, Aura, she actually started making these like whimpering noises. And it was actually at the same time that Maria said she just suddenly had this overwhelming emotional breakdown during the mudra, and she actually started crying. And when she started crying, it's at the exact same time that Aura started whimpering. I do work with animals and their divine presence, their divine roles that they have, which is not solely that they're just here on this planet as animals. They actually all have I'm sorry. Very exciting video games. So the divine role that they have. So this is not far-fetched for me at all. And my dogs are incredibly magical. And I've experienced some really interesting things with them. But with Maria, she did say that it felt like Aura was feeling her energy and was almost like she was, you ever hear like, if someone dies or, if someone's hurt or wounded and, a dog will just start howling or whining or crying really loudly, almost like they too are mourning or grieving or, crying out at the loss of something. It was very much like that, what Aura was doing. And just kind of, at the same time, she was feeling Maria's energy, and she was also kind of communicating to Maria without she was downstairs, and yes, there might have been somebody walking past my house and triggered this whole thing, but it's the higher symbolic message and thing that was happening on a different layer, if you will. And Maria was very aware of it and just shared that with me. So why it was not very far-fetched to me is because when I start these readings, everything becomes part of it. Even the high-pitched, enthusiastic squealing in the background right now. I'm not quite sure what role that plays, but there's one, I'm sure. But everything becomes part of a reading, from your cat coming in and knocking something over to purring. And this is something that I actually teach during oracle card reading, is every single thing that happens becomes part of the reading. Everything is symbolic. Yes, every single thing. So I just want to let you all know that when these readings are happening, do not discount the experiences that you have during them, or what I normally would play off to be like, oh my goodness, this is so embarrassing. This is what's going on right now. I also am aware of something deeper going on behind the scenes. I'm just not always aware of the exact synchronicity or message until I sit down and analyze it. So everything is part of this. I also had quite a few people reach out to me after Moonday last week and tell me how the message triggered some sort of experience that was deeply healing and incredibly powerful and enlightening for them. So these messages, and all of you that are watching all the time and tuning in, you are receiving. This is not solely me talking to you, sharing messages for you to understand what's going on. There is something very profound occurring, and I just want to let all of you know so that you are, one, aware of the deep things that are happening, the dreams that might get triggered, the phone call that you might receive after this that might connect the dots to the message for the reading. It's facilitating deep healing and activations, because with these messages, you are also receiving the awareness. So that when these situations happen, if it wasn't for the messages that came through, you would not have had the awareness. The awareness is the download of the consciousness that is needed to facilitate the healing, to transcend whatever it is that you were holding on to, or to help you open up to a higher experience. Okay. So I hope that makes sense to everybody. I greatly thank you, Maria, for allowing me to share that, and the rest of you who reached out to me last week. My mind was blown, even for me, what everyone was experiencing. So this is why I do what I do. Okay. All right. I'm going to catch back up on these comments really quickly. Oh, wow. I missed quite a few, didn't I? Hi, Teresa. Welcome, hun. Thanks for being here. Courtney says, I felt like I was in a dense fog all week after that dark moon energy. Oh, it was a potent one. And you know what? Days before, I couldn't figure out why I was drawn to, I happened to be tuned into a live crystal show. And I haven't in a while been actually able to do that. And I was like, the whole time I'm sitting, I'm like, why am I watching this? What is it? I know there's a crystal that's probably won my attention, but I'm like, which one is it? So almost till we get to the very end, that I was finally drawn to this little sexy mama behind me. Maybe we can show it to you. And it was prior to Moonday reading. It was a few days prior to it. And it was prior to me accidentally calling the dark moon the black moon, right? It really was a black moon. But I didn't know that, and I accidentally said black moon. And then I realized I was drawn to a black moon. I call her my black moon Lilith. I will share her magic with you. Some of you may have already seen, because I love to show her off. So, this is my black moon Lilith, which was so interesting how it came through. And then with the green, which is incredibly powerfully healing. I always see green as healing light and healing energy. But yes, so the black, they call it black amethyst, but really there is not black amethyst. It's actually black quartz, or quartz that's been, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, included with hematite or there's another mineral that turns it black. It starts with a G. I can't remember what it is. So it's actually not really black amethyst, but they do call it black amethyst, and some green jasper here. So yes, my baby wanted to work with us all. She wanted to come in last week. Okay. So yeah, it's been a really interesting black moon energy week. Teresa says, my father passed on the 18th, but I felt it coming. I'm so sorry for your loss, sweetheart. That must have been incredibly difficult. So I'm very, very sorry. And you felt it coming. Wow. Wow. Karen says, now I know why I woke up so tired. I was having a blast with you ladies, with you beauties. I woke up really tired today, and I actually felt like I got hit by a truck. I'm serious. Like, I felt like my body was just beaten up in the middle of the night. And I think Jillian had shared, I didn't get to fully read it, but Jillian did share something about the Schumann resonance again and the Earth's electromagnetic frequency like skyrocketing again, so that could also have something to do with it. Meredith says Scorpio is water and it's deep. Yes, it's about purpose and meaning, and it has to have meaning. I can definitely relate to that. I'm always looking for the deeper meaning in everything. Everything has to have a purpose. Meredith says moon rules Cancer. Yes, and that is also water, which is my moon. So my sun and my moon. So creative and intuition work well together. Scorpio moon, and then Pluto, of course. Thank you so much, sweetheart. Kathleen says, I'm observing that the question, what is the meaning of all, is staring us down and insisting we look beyond where we have been up until now. Yeah, really, really good share there, Kathleen. Absolutely. We are being really asked, like, not only just the purpose of everything, but the purpose of you. I think maybe, did I mention that last week, or did I imagine that I did? I don't know. Sometimes I have these thoughts and I don't always share them. But our true purpose, our true calling, like, who am I really? You are not just born to, live and work and go through these, we all have also a higher meaning, a deeper purpose. So really time for those questions to be asked and reflected upon. Oh, Risa, well, I am so happy that you are here and the new baby. Congratulations, sweetheart. Thank you for being here. And I'm so happy to hear that you've got the new little blessing and bundle of joy. What a perfect time with this rebirthing of energy and new beginnings there. Hello, beautiful Lena. Thanks for being here. Old cycles over and over. Oh my God, I get it. Hi, Norma. Welcome, beauty. I haven't watched the beach transmission yet. Every time I try to pull it up, I fall asleep. Interesting. That's really interesting. Are you getting it anyway? Maybe. Your forecast matches the cards Colleen Souls pulled for me last night. Oh, look at that. Hi, Nikita. Welcome. I haven't seen you in a while. Glad you made it, sweetie. The sounds when you close your eyes reminds me of the Tree of Souls on Avatar. Oh, yes, with the ocean, when I did the transmission from the ocean. Yes, Kathleen shared that, and I thought that was so amazing. The sounds of, it sounded like the Tree of Souls, I'm sorry, I can't speak, on Avatar. On that video. It's awesome. You will like it if you can stay awake. Yeah. Where did you leave that comment, Kathleen? I forget. Maybe it was on my page and not on the actual transmission. But she said that because you can hear the children laughing in the background because it was a packed beach. And you can hear the children's voices and their laughter in the background. And she said it reminded her of that scene in the movie where he sees the Tree of Souls for the first time. And you just hear all of this, this beautiful, the laughter and the happiness and the joy. And that's what it reminded her of when I was doing the light transmission from the beach. Hi, Carla. Lindsay says, yes, your dog visited me in my dream to tell me what my dog needed. I know, it's so just amazing. That's why I said that it's just such divine roles. And I truly understand now my life purpose of working with divine animals, because I first didn't understand what that meant. And now I really do. Deb, there is a fire that just started behind you. Oh no. Oh, the fires. Oh my goodness, everybody. Yeah. There's fire energy for sure, as well as legitimate real fires in California right now. And I was going to talk a little bit about that, but I don't want to waste too much time with the fire energy, what I was talking about. But Mars right now is, still in that fiery energy of Aries, and it is really bringing up that transformative alchemical purification fires. So sadly, there's fires actually happening physically right now in the area of, it was Vacaville in California, which is actually an area that I visited a few years ago, and some of my friends actually do live out there. But Kathleen says right now on Paseo Laguna. So I don't know if I'm saying that right, but that's the area. So if everybody could just take a moment and just send loving, healing thoughts surrounding with protective light and the light of the holy fire, the Holy Spirit surrounding the areas of California that are being, still going through these forest fires, and all the animals, all the people, all their homes, and, just surrounding them with light, protection, and love, and that these come to an end very, very, very soon. Even those that are not being affected by fire are being affected in their breathing quality. I think Meredith as well said that the air quality is really bad. So sending love, light, and protection to all of you. Deb, please be safe. Sorry, I'm just going through the rest of these. Yes, my Moonday moon. I like that. Thank you. Hi, June. Welcome and blessings. Thank you for being here. So for anybody who's just popping in, Elizabeth de Jesus, welcome. Tammy, thank you. Welcome. Thanks for being here. I did just finish the empathy forecast as well as news and announcements, and I'm getting ready to do the actual Moonday pool right now. Okay. So thank you for being so patient with me, everybody. So take a wild guess at what deck I am working with this week. The Oracles of Shadow and Light. Okay. So very, very, it's by Lucy Cavendish, for those of you who don't know. But I felt like that was really relevant right now, as we are really embodying the shadow energy, meant to embody it, meant to own it, to bring it out to the light. And that's one thing too I love about the Scorpio moon, is that I feel like Scorpio energy is really about that whole, like, it's like Meredith said, they need to get to the deeper meaning of everything. They're like the investigators, they really do need to go deep down and investigate something until they finally understand it, till they finally put all of the pieces of the puzzle together to make the whole message. And then you have the energy of the light of the moon, and the light of the moon being all about revealing the truth and birthing through the darkness, bringing shining light to those dark areas. So I think Scorpio and the moon together just really go, like, they're a dynamic duo. I will say that I do know when Scorpio moon is, because I feel it. I really do feel no nonsense and straight to the facts, straight to the point, get it done, no more dancing around it. It's time to stop. And I'm talking about for myself, or even, situations I might encounter. There's no more beating around anything, no nonsense, no time for fluff, no time for inauthenticity. It's all time for let's get right to the point, cut right to the chase. And this is what's acceptable, this is what's not acceptable. So I can tell when Scorpio moon comes up, because that's what it triggers within me. So really assertive with those boundaries as well, and getting right down to it. Okay. Let's just close our eyes for a second. And I'm going to have everybody take a nice, cleansing, deep breath in with me. And as you release that breath, just picture and feel all stress, tension in your body, worries or fears just fading away, just sliding away as though they were just a layer that's falling or dissolving away. Okay. All right. So what guidance comes forward for the collective goods for the week of August 24th, 2020? Ooh, okay. I like this one. Did we get a similar card a few weeks ago, maybe? Maybe not. So it's a number 4. So no surprise there, because 4 is the number to me that represents your direction. It also represents your foundation and your stability, what you're building your life on. I always see the number 4 as the shape of a square. And in that shape of a square is our main focuses of life: the self, relationships, family, home, and then career. So those kind of like foundational areas. When I get a 4 come up like that during a reading, it usually signifies to me that we're going to experience some shaking up and shifting in direction in one or more of those areas. Okay, so really, your main life, your main life areas, okay? It's going to be different for each and every one of us. Now, please don't think that this is bad, okay? Shake-ups are necessary. Shifting in foundation helps to turn us in the direction of where our soul is calling us. And this really is a time of answering the call of your soul. This is really that time of just beginning to not only think about these things anymore. It is like the time has passed for us to stay stagnant in things that just, they don't honor us. They aren't soul deep. We're really getting back into the grit of our soul, of our raw primal natures, and being asked to discover that, to embody that, to really start to move in alignment with that. So I do feel like that 4 is representing the shift in direction coming up right now. And the card says Snow Angel. And it says the signs are with you already. Okay. Hi, Judy. Welcome, sweetheart. So the signs are with you already, and the fact that it's a snow angel is very interesting because, you know, when everybody knows you've done this as a child, you lay down, or even as an adult, you lay down in the snow and you move your arms around, you create that snow angel. It leaves that whole illusion of an angel being there in the ground. And it's really about, seeing that as a sign. It could be taken as a sign, not solely just, that you created the angel. Yeah, you created the angel. But it's the deeper meaning about that angel being there, the presence of the angel there, the writings on the wall, the prints are in the snow. So it's like, this week, the signs are already with you. I feel like this is telling you that as you go through the energy of the week, you are really being asked to listen to your instincts, to trust what you know. You already feel it. And some of us, we know something, we feel something. Just like, was it Teresa who had said that she had a feeling, And sometimes, unfortunately, when you have those feelings, there isn't anything that you can do to change it. There's natural order and process. But at the same time, it's telling us that the signs are with you. You have the confirmation needed to make those shifts in direction, to make those changes. So I feel like what I'm hearing right now and what I'm actually feeling in my own body is that I'm in between. I'm in a place where I feel like I need to make a decision, or there's been something that's presented to me, and it might be information, it might be a hunch that I have, but I'm feeling like I'm in between this place of, I don't know what to do with this, or is it really what I think that it is? The signs are with you already is telling you that you have the confirmation that you already need. To not question yourself, to not doubt yourself because it's easier to either not know something or to stay in that place of comfort. The information is being presented to you through signs and symbolism if it hasn't already. So I feel like this message is just really solidifying that you're already en route. you're already in transition in motion on the process of the way into the out the door into the new. And it's really easy to go back into that place of fear, to just stay with what you know and to not make those changes, and to kind of not acknowledge something because it might be easier to not know. It might be easier to not acknowledge it. But what I'm hearing is that the time has come for you to listen to yourself, to learn how to trust yourself and to trust the universe as it sends you those signs. Also, if this is something that you're asking for help with this week and you're asking for guidance of, should I make this choice? Should I do this? Is this the right leap for me or decision to make with regards to changing direction, starting something new? Because there is so much energy in us, in the universe right now or in the world right now for us to really make new leaps and bounds in new directions. And I know I myself have really been feeling like I'm getting all of these ideas and they're just like, I want to run in every direction at once with them. But they're kind of scary, some of them, because it's like, I don't know, should I take this big of a risk? I don't know. This card, again, is driving it home that the signs are with you already, which means that you have seen or felt in some way, like, for example, I'll just say I felt like I really wanted to begin to sell things. I really want to get into, like, eventually one day I would really love to own my own store, my own magical shop, me and the oracles. But we've kind of veered away from selling things, and I'm feeling like I really want to do that. Well, then recently I've had people actually ask me, don't you sell things? Because, I thought I could have swore you already sold things and, something specific. And I said, no, I don't do that. So then instead they actually gave me money to shop for them and get them these things that they need. So I'm like, oh my goodness. Okay. So it's kind of like that, the writing is on the wall. The signs are with you. And if you're not clear, you're not sure, ask your higher self, ask your family of light, and watch them send you signs. Pay attention to everything around you because everything becomes part of the reading. Everything becomes part of the message. Look to the deeper signs. Literally, sometimes they are big billboard signs. I'll be asking for something as I'm driving or thinking about something, and bam, there's a big billboard, and I'm like laughing because it's exact in alignment with what I was just talking or thinking about. So pay attention to everything. Your dreams are huge doorways for messages. Please pay attention to them. Write them all down. And if you're struggling with translating a message, the oracles and I are here for that. We can always assist you with that. So this week, the signs are already with you. You're already in motion, my friends. It's just a matter of your mind. Meredith talked about that, how there's a lot of mental energy coming up right now for us and being in the mind. Yeah, it's about bringing your mind into alignment with your heart, because our heart knows. Our heart is our soul, guys. It knows. And it's the mind that tries to really get us to go into, those, it causes conflict. So it's about us bringing our mind into alignment with our heart, and the writing is there. It's on the wall. It's right in front of you. It's just a matter of you trusting, moving with your heart, bringing your mind into that place and going. Okay. So you have the go ahead that you need to make those changes. Your hunches, your instincts, follow them. They are not wrong. Okay. All right. I hope that resonates with everybody. It's a very simple message, but probably necessary after some of the long messages we've had come through today. I do have to say this because it keeps bothering me. I am so drawn to her red corset and her red lipstick. Not only the red, it's also the fact that it's like this black red that it's got going on, which to me is so Black Madonna energy, Black Moon Lilith. I took a picture yesterday and posted it on my page. This is the week of the Black Madonna. And I took a picture of my rose bush my roses go through spurts with blooming and not blooming. And I have different bushes. And each of them have a vibration that I align with certain energies and certain phases of the moon and what we go through, and my Black Madonna rose bush bloomed yesterday, and it is literally this color. It's like a black red, so to me, that's that whole Black Madonna brings forth the energy of the shadows and working with the shadows and owning them. It is also the void of creation. So it is that birthing out of the cosmic womb and coming out into, out of the shadows, but with them integrated into us, as I talked about earlier today. So it's also the red with that root chakra energy, everybody, which is, again, your foundations, just like the number 4, your stability, your foundations. Fears are ruled by the root chakra when you have a blocked root chakra. So feeling protected, stable, and safe. So it's really going to be about you mastering fear so that you can really honor and have that root chakra open and flowing as well. Okay. All right. Hope that makes sense. Hello, beautiful Angie. Welcome. Yes, Mudra is coming up right now. Hey, Keisha girl. Welcome. Oh, and you know what, Keisha? How potent and how relevant that you just popped in right when you did, because I know that you are about to make a really big move coming on back this way to Phillipsburg, aren't you? So I saw you posted it on Facebook, and I think that's really relevant with what I was just talking about with our stability and changing in direction. So that's really cool. Oh, you are very, very welcome, Maria. Laura says that would be so awesome, you guys selling stuff. Very cool idea. Thank you. Fingers crossed. That's a goal. Teresa says you should have a salt room for meditation. I wish we could. Maybe in the future. In the current space that we're in, we cannot. Unfortunately, we only have one room in a building. So we actually want to, in the future, get a building, and we can have many different rooms. So I would love to. A soap store. That is really cool. So listen, harness these ideas, everybody. Hi, Barbara. Harness that. Hi, Lisa. Judy says, I hope the earth doesn't shake more than it is. Oh man. Well, we don't want it to, but we all understand the higher reason as to why these shakes and changes are happening here. Good lesson as always. Thank you. Hey, Alexandria. Welcome, sweetheart. All right. It is mudra time. So let me get into that for all of us. For those of you who just popped in, the replay will be available for you. So, mudras. Let me get my deck. So, I work with 2 different decks, but this one is Mudras for Awakening the 5 Elements by Alison de Nicola. So, mudras, try to do this really brief. I know I always say that. The word mudra is Sanskrit, and it actually translates into energy. It translates into seal. But it is like, it's the seal that to me is like, the wax seal on something that's, to me, it reminds me more of a button and like a trigger. And then you have you have chakras in your palms, okay? So you're forming these mudras, these seals with your hands, activating your palm chakras, your fingers, which are all connected to the elements, and they are triggers as well. So when you make all these different seals with, your hands, we've done many, some of them, we talk all the time. I catch myself talking like this a lot. All of these different things that we do, these are actually mudras. And these mudras are incredibly powerful because of the activators, the triggers that you have within your hands. Each seal is connected to an energy center or chakra within your energy body. So when you use, some of these mudras are connected to many of the chakras, some are connected to just one chakra at a time. But these mudras, when used with intention, combining breathing work, as well as your, yes, I said your intention already, it allows you to channel energy into these energy centers through these seals and activate, open them, and it also helps to facilitate healing through the removal of blockage within your energy body, as well as within your life force energy and that pranic flow of energy that flows to them. Each chakra rules over a physical aspect of your body, a physical area, as well as it rules over the emotional body area. Then it's also linked to that mental body area, as well as the conjoining spiritual body area. So these do facilitate healing on the mental body, on the emotional body, which then can remove blockage in your physical body. and alleviate physical ailments or symptoms or illnesses that you may be suffering from. It can also help you to expand in consciousness and to come into that place of enlightenment. So these are incredibly powerful. They have been being used for thousands of years, most renownedly by the Tibetan monks, but they are still very widely used. They've been used in many different practices, many different spiritual modalities, and still very widely used today. They are incredibly powerful, and those of you who have worked with them in the past, you know how incredibly powerful just taking 3 breaths, working with one mudra can be. So they're so powerful that sometimes they come with cautions, because if you do already suffer from a certain issue or ailment in your physical body, and we call a mudra in that works with that area's chakra, bringing energy into that center is just it could possibly aggravate it, bring to a little bit, kind of flare up, if you will. And therefore it comes with a caution, so you may or may not want to work with it. It would be up to your discretion. I will let you know if there's a caution before we do the mudra, because I'm going to pull a mudra, see which one comes forward for our highest good for this week to kind of go hand in hand with that message. And then we're going to work with it together here. And then I'm going to post a picture of it on my page. This way that you can save that to your phone or your device, watch it, or save it there and work with it all week long. It's only going to further assist you in embodying the energy of whatever it was that is necessary for us to move in harmony with the universe and the energy that's coming forward. So for example, with us this week, we have this energy of really fearless, bold leaps forward and really trusting in ourselves as well. So it's going to be interesting to see what mudra comes in. Teresa. Yeah, I would love one. Oh, good, Tammy. Thanks for being here, hon. All right, so what mudra comes forward for the world as a collective's highest and greatest good for the week of August 24th, 2020, for what we most need? Ooh, oh, yeah, okay. So this is the Rudra Mudra. That sounds funny. Rudra Mudra. And it is assertion, right? So what did we talk about? And what energy do you think is essential in order to be able to take the message from Moonday and really facilitate and really put it into action? Assertion. That's what this is called. To assert yourself, right? It assists with activation, energizing, and vitality. Helps to strengthen digestion, assimilation, and elimination. Regulates your body weight. Assists with reducing sluggishness and exhaustion. And it activates the solar center to increase overall vitality. So our solar center, look at this, is like fire energy, and the element really is fire. I'm not lying. And it's interesting because I feel like this is like harnessing the Mars and Aries energy. What do you think, Meredith? It really does feel like that, because that's really what Mars and Aries is really all about. It is, I like to call it the great facilitator, but it's like, because it's like sparking the fire under your bum and helping to like really hone in that creative passion and fire. And sometimes it's not pretty, but it really is about really putting that fire energy that, under your butt, but also like under the breathing fire into passions and desires and goals. And it's like that fiery life force into existence. Okay. So I really like this. So this is the assertion needed, everyone. So we're going to do this together. So with each hand, you're going to join the tips. And Angie Walters says Shiva's seed is the Rudra. Oh, wow. So this is Lord Shiva, one of the 3 Hindu gods of creation. Although Shiva is destruction and creation. Is he or is he not? It's interesting because Shiva is also the one who brought the life force healing energy to the planet. So this is Shiva's seed, is what she is saying. The Rudra. I love that. Angie Walters of Crystal Essence Healing, everybody, is one of my lovely soul sisters who does work really much more in depth with mudras than what I do. So she always shares some really great information from the mantras and chants and information pertaining to each mudra, more so than what is even written on these cards. So thank you, Angie. We love you. Okay. So with each hand, you are going to join the tips of the thumbs with the index and ring finger. Okay, so thumbs, index, and the ring finger. And then you're going to extend the middle and pinky fingers outward. Okay. Again, thumb, index, ring finger, all touching. The other two stay up. And then you are going to relax your hands on the tops of the thigh or by the sides of the body and lengthen your spine. Okay, so both hands. I had to do it backwards there. Drop your shoulders. And relax your jaw. Close your eyes. And we're going to take a nice deep breath in through your nose. And release the breath out through your mouth. Again, nice deep breath in through your nose. And out through your mouth. Last time, nice deep breath in. And release. And you can state, my inner fire is vibrant and alive. My inner fire is vibrant and alive. My inner fire is vibrant and alive. And so it is. And you can open your eyes. And now that I really think about it, my card pull for the day, fire agate was one of the crystals that was pulled in the reading. So really interesting. And the other crystal that came out alongside it was stibnite, which is the best crystal for working with overcoming conflict and being able to transcend conflicting energy within yourself. So I find that incredibly fascinating. And I felt a lot of fire. It was almost like when I blew out, I felt the flame come up out of my head. It was funny. It almost reminded me of one of those toy characters that when you push its hand down, something else moves or opens up and comes out, or their mouth opens while you push their hand down. That's what it felt like, because as I blew that breath out of my mouth, it was like fire energy, like that serpent fire coming up out of my crown chakra. So really interesting. And I was thinking to myself, focus on the area where you feel the energy going to, because I didn't feel like there would be one specific area for every single one of us that it would go to. I felt like it was going to be unique to every single one of us. So that's really interesting. I'd love to hear if any of you felt something in specific areas, because I felt like I heard the fire will go where it's most needed. So very interesting. Hi, Jeanette. Welcome. What are these cards? These cards, I'll show them again really quick for you. These ones are Mudras for Awakening the 5 Elements by Alison D. Nicola. She does have another one, but it's not this one. They look the same though. The other one is for working more with the chakras, but all mudras work with chakras. But it just gives you more information pertaining to the chakras versus the elements. Okay? All right. So let me see if I missed anything else. And thank you for being here. Anything that you missed will be available on the replay, hun. Angie says that you can use the Shiva mantra. That skipped. Namaha Shivaya. Awesome. Thank you for that. Thank you, Annie, for being here. Thank you, Kathleen. Love and blessings to you as well. Rebecca, honey, welcome. And we're just wrapping it up, but the replay will be available. And I hope that all of you have a wonderful, magical, amazing week. And remember, no fear. Birth yourself. Allow that fire of transformation to come through and listen to yourself, please. You know. Just trust in yourself. Okay? We'll see you next week. Have a lovely week. Bye-bye.